In this one, I'm going to show you something that I have been working on for a good few months now, since the beginning of the year. You've seen some of the fish that are in this little project that I've been doing, but you've not seen others. So basically, instead of me just doing step-by-step videos, I've just brought it to a halt and just doing one video. So let's get right into it. Just before I show you that tank, I thought I'd just show you a quick update on this tank. It's doing absolutely brilliant. We have added some botanicals in here, some jack leaves, that pod, and the tank is absolutely thriving, honestly. It's absolutely amazing. The plants are working out. I didn't do a water change on this tank for 4 weeks and the nitrates were like 0.5 or something like that. But my head told me I needed to do a water change, so I did one. But I suppose that's stuff I've got to get used to, isn't it? Anyway, we're not talking about this tank, but I just had to show it you because I do love it. It's this tank. Now, when I say 6 months, it's ever since I had my wipeout. So I had a wipeout 6 months ago. Can you believe that that was actually 6 months ago? I've moved on since then, and I took the positives from it, and the positives was I had lots of tank space to do something different with. Now, my OGs, people that have followed this channel for a long time and followed me on social media, will know that South American cichlids are my staple. It's something that I kept for many, many years before I even started to keep Central American cichlids. And that wipeout, I lost a lot of Central American cichlids. So I decided to bring some South American cichlids back into the fish room. Now, don't get me wrong, still got plenty of centrals. I've got Trigger, the Trimark, I've got the Parachromis multifasciatus, I've got the Nicaraguense, I've got the convict cichlids, I've got the Salvini cichlids. So still got a lot of centrals in my fish room, but I now have quite a few South American cichlids, and we will do a fish room tour when I've finally settled down where I'm at, if that makes sense. But this tank, when I say I've been working on it for 6 months, when that happened to me, I decided to do something that I've wanted to do for a long time. When I kept South American cichlids, I had actually never done geophagus style tanks or anything like this, and I always said I was going to do it at some point. And if you remember, about a year and a half ago, I went to an auction. It was when I was buying loads of fish, one fish after another, and I bought some Satanapercus europari, I bought some geophagus saltifrons, I brought them home, and I tried to fit them in tanks that I didn't have room for, if that makes sense. So I had to get rid of them, and I always said when I had the chance, I'd do it. So the first thing I thought of doing was this. This is what I decided to do 6 months ago. Now, you'll remember I got these Satanapercus europari. They're a pair. I got them from Urmston Aquatics, probably second week in January. So I've had them for a while. I also got a couple of geophagus pyrocephalus, which are more commonly known as the redhead tapajos. I got a couple of them from Tameside Aquatics in February time, and then I got a couple not so long ago from Pear Aquatics. But the one fish that was eluding me all that time was the albino hecali. I really wanted him, and you'll see there's some big ones, but these two small ones, that's one of them there. They don't film very well, to be honest with you. And there is the other one there. I got them from Pear Aquatics a while ago. I can't actually remember right now, but it was a while ago, and they were probably half that size. But I was holding out for some big ones, and then Spud at Urmston Aquatics got a group of them this size. Now, don't get me wrong, they are a pricey fish at the moment. So if you're after this fish and you see them, which is not quite often, they're not as often seen at the moment, they are quite pricey, but they were part of my plan, and I just had to have them. And obviously, because I had two small ones, I decided to get 3. So I've got 5. And that's my tank done. There is actually a pleco in here somewhere. It's the same family as my L95. I'm starting to think it could be an L95, but oh, there it is. It's right there. But we're not too sure yet because it's got some growing to do, and some days it looks like one. We're just waiting for that cheek to go orange, and then we know we've got one. But I didn't actually buy it as an L95. Remember that big Anubias? This is what I was buying the big Anubias for. I wanted to put it in here. That piece of wood was the piece of wood that used to be in with the Jaguar cichlids. Some of my own grown Alodia densa, and I love this tank. I'm going to say this, and I said this to my mate John, this is probably the nicest looking tank that I have had since I had my 7-foot tank with a group of Waroos in. That was probably 5 years ago. Some pothos up there as well. I love it. Honestly, I absolutely love this tank. I am made up with this, and I could not be happier. Very, very different than what you guys are used to seeing me have on YouTube. And I'll tell you something else as well. I've got to a point where I'm kind of getting sick and tired of the really aggressive Central American cichlids. Also the Central American cichlids that grow 14, 15 inches, because I don't have the tank space, and I don't intend just yet for a long time on having anything bigger than a 5-foot. But just look at those two. How nice are they? Now, like I said, we have got plenty of central still in the fish room. We'll do some videos on them. I have got a fish that I've just mentioned previously that you've not properly seen yet. I know a lot of eagle-eyed viewers pointed it out to me that they saw it in my last video. But yeah, this is the tank that at the moment I am just absolutely excited about. Sorry, the lights just... Let me just turn the light down. That's the best I can get it, because I just wanted to show you a full-on view of what the tank looks like from a scaping point of view. It's nice and simple, but it looks really nice. Now, what I will say to you guys is, this is the way that my fish room will eventually be. I want to do more of this. It feels good. It feels like it used to feel, and it just feels different, and it feels right. So just one thing I'm going to say before we wrap this video up. Something bad happened, and it was a big catastrophe in my fish room. But you've always got to look at the positives, and you've always got to keep moving forward. And that's what I did. There was times when I thought to myself, do you know what, I've had enough. But you know what? I just changed my direction. I changed my focus. And I sit in front of this tank especially, and I am mega pleased, honestly. But anyway, guys, I just want to say a massive thank you as always. I appreciate the support that you guys give me. And yeah, I'm going to call it a day, and I'll see you all on the next one.